In the late 1960s and early 1970s, Los Angeles was expanding faster than it could protect the people moving through it. The freeways were new. Emergency call boxes were still being tested. And late at night, long stretches of road could feel isolated in a city that never slept. During this period, several young women disappeared after becoming stranded while driving alone. Their cases remain unsolved. Officially, they're not connected. But when you step back and look at the details side by side, the similarities are hard to ignore. In this episode, I want to share the stories of 5 young women, not to claim they were victims of the same killer, but to ask whether Los Angeles freeways themselves became a hunting ground for someone who understood vulnerability, timing, and trust. This is a story of the Los Angeles freeway killings. Hello, friends. My name is Marcia, and this is Midwest Murders, where we explore the unsolved cases that still haunt America. 18-year-old Robin Graham lived with her parents on Lemoyne Street in Los Angeles. She was a student at Pierce College and worked at Pier 1 Imports. By all accounts, she was responsible, social, and expected home. On the night of November 15, 1970, Robin went out with her boyfriend and a friend. After dropping the friend off at home, the boyfriend drove Robin back to Pier 1 to retrieve her own car, a black and white former California Highway Patrol vehicle that she had purchased at auction. She headed home. Sometime after 2 a.m., Robin's car ran out of gas on the Hollywood freeway. At approximately 2:05 a.m., she called the California Highway Patrol dispatcher from an emergency call box and asked that her family be notified. When her father arrived around 2:30 a.m. to pick her up, Robin was gone. Her car was locked, there were no signs of a struggle, and Robin has never been found. What makes this case especially troubling is that California Highway Patrol officers passed Robin multiple times while she was stranded. One officer directed her to the emergency phone, but did not remain with her. Later statements from officers suggested that they saw Robin getting into a late-model light blue or green Corvette. Later, the story shifted to officers seeing a blond man standing near her car wearing a white turtleneck and bell-bottom pants, with the Corvette parked nearby. None of the other officers that saw her that night stopped. At one time, one California Highway Patrol officer was quoted as saying, "There are so many damned motorists in distress you can't sit around holding their hands." Robin Graham's disappearance prompted an immediate change in California Highway Patrol policy. Officers were now required to stop and check on stranded female motorists. That change came too late for Robin. Marina Habe was 19 years old and home from college for the holidays. She was the daughter of prominent writer Hans Habe and a freshman at the University of Hawaii. In the early morning hours of December 28, 1968, sometime around 3 a.m., as she was returning to her West Hollywood home after a date, she disappeared. 5 days later, on New Year's Day 1969, her body was found in brush along Mulholland Drive near Coldwater Canyon Boulevard. She was fully clothed. She had been stabbed to death. There was no evidence of sexual assault. The location was remote, but not inaccessible. It was the kind of place someone familiar with the area would know discovery would be difficult. In November of 1969, the body of an unidentified young woman was found off Mulholland Drive. She'd been dead for approximately 2 days. She was believed to be between 18 and 22 years old. Tall, slender, wearing blue jeans, a corduroy coat, and riding boots. She has never been identified. Her discovery location placed her within the same area where Marina Habe and later Rose Tashman would be found. Another young woman, another late-night death, another body left along Mulholland Drive. No public suspect, no known connection, and no name. 19-year-old Rose Tashman lived on North Formosa Avenue in Hollywood. She was a student at Valley Junior College and drove a beige 1965 Mustang. On the night of May 18, 1969, Rose left home to study with a friend in Panorama City. It was believed that she had a blowout on the Hollywood freeway around 2:10 a.m. Rose did not have access to her spare tire. The trunk key had been stolen several days earlier. 16 hours later, her body was found in a ravine near Mulholland Drive and Coldwater Canyon Road. She had been beaten, she had been strangled with a piece of wire, and later reports indicated she had been sexually assaulted. Her car was discovered carefully parked on the side of the inbound freeway. 7 flares had been placed to warn approaching drivers. Police noted that the flares did not come from Rose's own vehicle. Someone else had taken the time to protect the car. Someone else had taken control of the scene. Mona Jean Gallegos was 22 years old and lived in West Covina with her mother and siblings. She worked as a waitress at Coffee Dan's. On June 19, 1975, Mona left the home of a friend in Alhambra sometime between 12:15 and 1 a.m. She was driving home when her 1970 Pontiac became disabled on the San Bernardino Freeway near the Santa Anita Avenue off-ramp. Her car was found locked around 4:45 a.m. with damage to the front fender. Investigators believed she had run out of gas. There was an all-night gas station at the end of the off-ramp. There were emergency call boxes nearby. No call was ever made. Authorities believed Mona accepted help from a passing motorist. Months later, her skeletal remains were found in a remote ravine in Riverside. Her jewelry was found nearby. No clothing was recovered. Her cause of death could not be determined. 5 young women, all between 18 and 22, all last known to be driving alone at night, all disappeared on or near the Los Angeles freeways. 3 were found near Mulholland Drive. 1 was never found. Several appeared to have willingly interacted with someone offering help. This is not proof of a single killer, but it is a pattern of opportunity. Someone who knew when traffic would be light, someone who understood where bodies could be hidden, and someone who knew how to approach without causing immediate fear. These cases remain unsolved. There are no arrests, no suspects to point to. And while their cases are often discussed together, these women deserve to be remembered for who they were as individuals, not simply as part of a series. Only then can we step back and ask the larger questions about safety, vulnerability, and what happens when systems fail at the worst possible moment. Whether these cases are connected or not, the danger they reveal was real. And for 5 young women, the freeway home became the last place they were ever seen. If you've never heard their names before, remember them now. If you have any thoughts or theories about these cases, please leave them in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and may the truth reveal itself in the shadows.